Hello, my name is John Burris. Thank you for joining me today for this short video. This video is called Online Yoga, the Workout Without the Soul or the Community. In today's video, I'll be exploring some of the recent practices of online yoga and how technology has crept into the yoga world for the better or for the worse. And we'll be exploring how online yoga affects us in our personality and our community and our relationship with our own soul. So we'll be taking this dive today into this world that's happened. And a lot of this started before the COVID pandemic. And then during the COVID pandemic, everything accelerated where people survived by going online and teaching their courses online. You've seen universities, colleges, high schools, grade schools go online. It's kind of the trend in how workers basically stop going to the office and they can work remotely. So the trend continued in the yoga world. And there's some disturbing issues with that. As a yoga teacher of 30 years or plus, I can tell you there's some bad things that have happened because of that. So in all, I'm not against online yoga. It has its place, but there's a lot of things people aren't thinking about when they're practicing online yoga, and that's what I want to bring up today for you. So I saw this over and over again. Some of my favorite teachers would disappear in their classes and become online teachers and even move to remote places in the country and still teach their online classes, and they still have their audience and whatnot, and how it kept them alive, and it became a different business model. I saw how universities did this and high schools did this and how a different business model emerged. But what's happened is the yoga communities, you're getting your workout, but you've lost community, you've lost soul when you just practice online yoga. And a lot of the experience in the yoga room is the people. It's like going to a baseball stadium and everybody's cheering. You're not just watching a game. Going to a soccer match or a football match and you have a crowd of energy, everybody's cheering. You have this energy. Well, when you're doing online yoga, basically you're alone pretty much, and you're by yourself and there's no crowd. You've lost community and you're getting your workout in, but there's no soul, there's no vibration, there's no community involved. And to me, that's not okay. So yes, I've done my share of online yoga classes, either pre-recorded or live. And they're wonderful. I don't have to drive long distance to a studio. I don't have to get in traffic, and I can pick my own time, and I can roll my mat up when I want to. I can stop and start the recorded video if it's a pre-recorded video. I can travel, go around the world with my yoga mat in my hotel room and pop in a recorded yoga CD or DVD or experience, and I can have it anywhere I want to. I can sit at home, stop and start it, use the restroom when I want to, pick up the phone. I can watch my dog if I need to. There's all kinds of benefits of online yoga where you're in charge and you can do your own thing. And there's some good benefits to it, especially if you're a working person or for example, if you work from home or you a mother who has children at home and you're watching the children, you can do your yoga practice at home. So there are some great benefits. So my real issue is this. Online yoga should be a supplement to your life and not the primary issue. It's like a food and vitamins and supplements. If you ate really healthy food, organic food, and you ate well and detoxed your body, you would need fewer supplements. But what people have become in our culture, they use supplements instead of healthy food rather than in addition to. So my whole approach is the online yoga experience should be in addition to a live yoga class in a classroom or a yoga retreat. There's nothing more magical than being on a 7 or 8 day yoga retreat in an exotic location with a group of people. The energy involved and the growth and the connections you make. And you don't get that at home when you're sitting around by yourself doing your own thing in your own house. So there are a lot of disadvantages to doing online yoga that people don't realize. So a lot of my greatest experience in colleges many, many years ago didn't have to do with the classroom. It was studying abroad in a foreign country and living with a family. It was immersion into that experience. It wasn't sitting behind a desk or reading a book. A lot of my great experiences in college have to do with meeting the people I met or the volleyball class or the basketball class or the backpacking class. You can't do backpacking online. You got to get out there and smell the thorns and feel the blisters and feel the cold, chilly nights. You can't do that online. You don't experience that. So a lot of online yoga is sterile, and it keeps you from experiencing the life of yoga. In my experience as a longtime practitioner and teacher is, we're in a yoga room, you're all growing together. You may not even talk to people in your class as your person next to you, but you're going through the same practice together. You can feel the energy when somebody's sobbing in the corner or somebody's having success in a pose. You're all moving together. It's the energy, the feel of the whole community experience where you're growing and your soul is growing. We don't get that with online yoga. Online yoga, once again, you can sit there on your yoga mat in your living room and you pet your dog 14 times a minute, or you check your text messages, or pick up the phone, or go grab a snack. And there's often very little discipline, I find. You have to be extremely disciplined to keep going through the practice. So having an online at-home practice is great if you're extremely disciplined. Many people are not, so they find all kinds of distractions while they're basically doing their yoga. And so what I found when you come to a yoga class, the yoga room used to be a sanctuary. People left their troubles behind. Before even cell phones, they left their troubles behind. They took an hour and a half off, and they went and discovered themselves. Well, online yoga, doing it at home, your troubles are still there. Your work's still sitting there. Your groceries still sitting there. You've got bills in front of you. Your kids are screaming in the corner. Your dog needs to go out. It can be a very undisciplined experience. Now you're getting your workout in, and if you just want to work out, that's great. But if you want the magic of yoga, you're not going to get it with online yoga. You're going to be missing something. So here's one way I look at it. This is organic, freshly picked broccoli. It has full of life and nutrition, and it is without pesticides and herbicides, and it's completely healthy and nutritious. So on the other hand, we have a bag of frozen broccoli. And some people will say, well, the frozen broccoli and the organic broccoli are the same. Well, I guarantee you, if you take this frozen broccoli to a 5-star chef and you told him to cook this for his patrons, he'd laugh you right out of the restaurant. He'd say, I'll go out of business if I serve that to my patrons. They'll know the difference. So online yoga is like frozen broccoli. It's nutritious. You can get some value out of it. It'll keep you alive. But frozen broccoli is not organic broccoli. Online yoga is much like this bag of frozen broccoli. It's a workout. It gets the job done, but you're missing so much more than going to a yoga class. The other thing about a yoga class is you have an experienced teacher. Not all teachers are experienced, but if you have an experienced teacher who can guide you, make adjustments, make suggestions, set the tempo, you'll have an amazing experience. I've had so many yoga classes where a teacher gave me a slight adjustment that changed my life or helped me through a pose. You can't do that online. Basically, you've got this gateway between you and your teacher. There's no contact. You're not touching anybody. You're sterile when you're at home. You don't get the personal experience of a teacher watching over you and guiding you. You're basically in your own jail cell. So once again, online yoga is like frozen broccoli. It will keep you alive, but it's not that nutritious. Online yoga, you're going to be missing a lot of things if that's all you do. So much of yoga is the community. It's not just the classes, but it's before the classes in the hallways. It's the after classes. It's the going out to tea or coffee after classes. It's going on retreats together. It's the bonds you build and the community support and people helping you with not just your yoga poses, but other struggles you have in life. Well, online yoga, you're on your own. You're getting your workout on your mat, but you're not getting supported in a community, and you're missing out some of the greatest benefits of the yoga experience. So many people I know would come to the yoga class as a sanctuary from all the stress in their life. Well, when you stay at home, you're basically immersed in your own stress still. You're not getting the relief. You're not going away and finding that sanctuary anymore. So the online practice, once again, it's void of all this community experience, and that's what many people are missing today. Can't tell you how many lifelong friendships I've made through the yoga practice, through retreats and workshops and classes of people that are been in my circle of intimate friendships for decades because of the yoga experience. Well, I never would have gotten that if I would just practice online yoga at home, where I was isolated in my own little world. So the friendships and the community are a large part of the yoga experience, not just the physical poses themselves. And also part of this is there see so many online yoga trainings. Well, I feel like this is such a disservice to the world. Online yoga anatomy courses, online trainings. I'm an anatomy teacher. I've been teaching anatomy for 40 years. It's a hands-on approach. You've got to touch people. You've got to hands-on. You've got to put your hands on people and show people. The online practice, it's once again, it's like frozen broccoli. It's so void of actual real experience. And I find it's giving people a disservice to try to learn yoga from an online course. It's just I know this is very trendy because it makes money for the teachers and whatnot, but I think you're doing a disservice to people when you do that, because yoga, in my experience, is a very hands-on approach. Not that you can't learn some things from online courses, but I feel the primary practice should be in a classroom with experienced teachers, and the secondary approach is anything online, or when you have to. Well, like I said, when you have to watch your kids or you can't get away to a class or whatnot, it can be a great addition to your life, but it shouldn't be the most primary part of your life. It should be like a vitamin. It should be in addition to healthy food and not instead of healthy food. So yes, everything evolves. I don't want to be the guy who's not into evolution. Everything evolves, and here we are. We're merging technology with yoga, and there are some great benefits. Like I said, if you don't have time, you can't get in a car and drive, you're at home, you're watching your kids, you've got other things you have to do, it could be a great addition to your life, and there can be great benefit. I've had times when I've taken a online yoga course and workshop and class where I repeated it every week for many weeks because I want to learn a certain sequence, and I can do it at my pace and learn what I need to learn, and it's been amazing. But it wasn't it wasn't the primary part of my practice. It was in addition to a yoga practice in a studio and yoga retreats and all the other training I've done. So as an addition to things, I think is great. As a primary part of your life, I think that's a mistake, and I think that's where many people are being driven today as the primary part of their life. They're basically getting their workout in, but they're missing the community, they're missing the soul experience. They're at a baseball stadium and no one's clapping. So as technology keeps emerging, don't forget about your humanness, your contacts, your friendships. No, your online community really isn't your community. Your Facebook friends really aren't your friends. I hate to mention that to people, but they're not. The people you're in contact with every day, those are your community and your friends. The people you can touch, you can hug, you can spend time with doing a class or having coffee or tea with. That's your friends, not your online community. Those are called fake friends. So don't forget to embrace the humanness of yoga, the soul and the community. If you want to add online yoga to your repertoire, I think that's great. It has places, and there's some great things you can do with it. Just don't make it the primary part of your life. Make it an addition to. So thank you for joining me today. I hope this video sheds some new light on this current trend we're in. If you'd like to know more about me, you can visit me at my website, johnburris.com. Please subscribe to this channel for more leading edge videos to come. And if you'd like to look at my book, it's called Return to Nature, The 5 Pillars of Healing, where I have a marvelous book you'd like to learn more about me. Thank you.